Well, some of the World's Fair exhibits, were sort of so passé that today I would probably have a hard time remembering some of them, but several of them were absolute standouts. The big ones, of course, were on the west side of the park. On the north side of that group of automotive companies was the Ford Motor Company Pavilion, which was quite spectacular because it had tubes full of cars going around the outside. In the middle was the Chrysler Corporation, which had a great big giant V8 engine that you could literally walk around the inside of. So that was a spectacular thing, like this giant toy box of a automobile crankcase which you're walking around in. On the south end, the General Motors Pavilion, I thought was the prettiest thing I'd ever seen because it looked like a gigantic grill off of a car. It had kind of a curving, sloping shape, beautifully lit at night. It had a ride inside that had very high capacity and sort of took you through the progress of the transportation of tomorrow. It was a very sleek and very, very good-looking shape on a building. I suppose a company like General Motors would style, quote, style a building as if it was a car. That one intrigued me to no end. The New York Pavilion, of course, was fantastic because it had this sort of oval-shaped roof on these big vertical columns, but the whole floor was like a mosaic of the entire map of New York, and it was fascinating to walk around and walk through all these little cities. Some of the other pavilions, I think AT&T had one that was probably very interesting because it had a vehicle conveyance where you moved slow and sideways, and you kind of went through some big diorama scenes to look at things. But I'd have to say in the main there wasn't enough there that my memory locked onto them that much. It was a massive park in its whole. Like in the last days, it had 440-some thousand people on the last day. So it was a massive park. I suppose I'd love to go see stories in retrospect about the New York World's Fair because then I could go back and then I would probably remember those.